Hi! If you've just recently followed my channel, then you're probably not used to me talking to you directly. But since this is a special vlog where I show you my safe space and quite literally one of my most favorite spaces on earth, I thought I'd do something different. I'm Loren, and I do work from home freelance content where we also go cafe hopping, do things crafty, and anything girlhood. Welcome to my office. If you've watched my vlogs more times than once recently, then you're more than familiar with my office. This is quite literally my safe space, my very pink and my maximalist safe space where nothing about it is minimal. But if you know me, you know that is my personality. This is where I work. This is where I do crafty things. This is where I even eat when work becomes stressful. This is even where I chill on weeknights or weekends and where I get stressed. But before we get too into the technicalities of what this space is for me, let's just go to an overview. This space is quite small. I don't even know the measurements, but I know if you shove a single bed in here, there's not much else you can put in. I've decided to put 2 tables to make an L-shaped table and a few cabinets. Let's start where it makes sense to start. This is the entrance of my office. At the back of the door, you'll see this hook with all the different kinds of bags that are pink that I love. Some I made, some were gifted to me, and the furry one, I bought that in Japan way back when. There's just really cute bags that I thought would be nice to display, so they sit and live at the back of my door. On the left side, you'll see 2 things. The first one is my name, which is Abby. That is gifted to me by my twin cousins during Christmas way back when. Another thing you'll find is this full body button mirror. This was just a plain broken mirror I found in my neighbor's trash, decided to salvage it, and DIY buttons all over the frame. On the other side of the door, you'll find a plethora of things stuck to the wall because, as I've said, I am not a minimalist. There are different kinds of things you'll see here, like lanterns, a really cute strawberry dress, a bag I made, a bag I thrifted, and this Vietnamese hat I bought when we went to Vietnam last year. This is basically a collection of things that I feel represent me best, so they live on my wall. Now that we're past the entrance, this is my vanity corner. It is quite small and there's nothing too special about it. I got this vanity table back 2023 and it was quite cheap. I was on a budget and it served me well. So this is obviously where I do all my makeup and get ready with me. I love this corner. It houses a lot of things even though it's small, and I love the fact that it's white because everything on my wall is colorful. But you'll see a bunch of perfumes here because I love perfumes, as you can probably see now. And something I actually really appreciate about this vanity table is that there is storage behind the mirror for all the perfumes that I have. Let's head on over to this corner of my room. I don't even know what to call it, but basically it's my shelf corner where all the miscellaneous things I have are stored. If you've watched my vlogs before, you've seen me actually make and build this shelf, and now it's sitting in the corner of my room. And it houses different things. It is actually functional, not just aesthetic. On top, you just have a fake plant, some perfume boxes, and this makeup storage. And on the next level down, we have my sewing machine and some spools that I need to sew. So they live there. And then if you go on another level lower, you're going to see just a bunch of random things, really. This is a moon lamp that I bought a few years ago, and I have like face masks and perfume boxes. And then on the bottom, more miscellaneous things. And this pair of boxes holds just a bunch of random things too. Now let's head on over to the pretty corner of my office, which is the L-shaped table. As I mentioned earlier, these are two tables, but we're focusing on the longer one on the left side. But before that, I just want to show you this beautiful window right next to it. This is such a big window for a small room and it lets a bunch of light in. I've stuck fake vines on the curtain rod as well as this sort of like lanyard charm that I bought from Bangkok a few years ago and this gold star that I bought in a birthday store. It is such a necessary part of the office because it lets so much light in, which I truly appreciate when I'm trying to be productive. This table is probably the most high traffic area of the office because I basically do everything I need to do here. Usually I'm doing crafts here, whatever craft that may be. I also eat here, especially when work is very busy. I also do a lot of sewing here, and I even do my biblical devotions here. So basically, it is my most functional, useful table. For the rest of the table, on the left side, we have this small trash can that I've put stickers on and these drawers that I've brought with me from the province. It has a bunch of things. It has first aid stuff, and then it has even glue sticks. It has papers, and then on top, same thing, just small random knickknacks I have laying around the store there. For the rest of the table, you're going to see a bunch of things. For example, these books, cards, just anything that I need that is document related over there. And then this is my morning makeup area. I call it my morning makeup area because before meetings, this is where I store the makeup I need most to be able to put makeup on in the morning so that I don't have to sit all the way in the vanity. So that is the purpose of that. On the right side of the table, we just have a bunch of stuff again. We have my Switch that I don't use anymore because I don't play Animal Crossing that much. And then this transparent thing stores all of my sewing needs. So it's actually really important. Even though I don't like seeing the mess, it stores so many of my sewing supplies. I also have like these random floral boxes that also stores a bunch of things and a snow globe that I also salvaged from a trash can. So this is a log table. This is it. This is the exciting part of my room. If you've never seen me before, or rather you've never seen my room before, this is probably the corner that I would show you because I love this corner. That's why it's almost in every single one of my thumbnails. But this is where all the work gets done, obviously, and this is what pays the bills on my end. So this corner is sacred to me. But what is in this corner? So I have a 2-monitor setup, which I can never go back to 1-monitor setup. One screen is obviously my laptop, and then the other is the bigger monitor, which I bought on Lazada. This is very crucial to me because I do most of my work on the big monitor. But as you can see, there are other things around the monitor. The first thing would be the mini fan on the left side. You'd be surprised because even with an aircon in my room, on very hot days, I need to have this fan on. Actually, it's on almost every day. And then aside from that, I have a monitor riser where I store my spare keyboard because I like to switch it out once in a while. And then on the riser, I have just like a tray of knickknacks and my USB port. They're very messy, but it works for me right now. And then obviously, like I said, I have my laptop, which is also kind of on a riser. Under it's just a bunch of like my passports, a spare mouse. And behind it is something I really love, which is just a bunch of photos of families and friends. Postcards, letters. I also have a painting there that I kind of mimicked from Pinterest, but I love looking at this wall. It's like my dopamine wall. When I'm stressed, I just look at it and I remember all the memories. So yeah, I love this wall and it means a lot to me. On the last corner of my room, this is like a cabinet corner of my room, it is a built-in cabinet, but I don't actually store clothes in there. It mostly has sewing projects, spare bags, luggages, so that's what it's for. But I maximize the vertical storage of the cabinet doors. I've put this grid on here with my prescription glasses and of course my headphones that I actually do use every day on meetings. On the other cabinet door, I have this bag I sewed, a heart bead bag that I bought in the pandemic, my ukulele on the wall that I unfortunately don't really play anymore, this bedazzled headphones that I don't use much, and this whiteboard that I thought I would use a lot, but it's just decoration now. That is it. That is my entire office room, creative room tour. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I was really excited to show you guys this special sacred place to me, and I'm very aware that this room is probably not for everyone. Some people will find it too crowded, too pink, and too much, but for me, it's very special and it truly represents who I am. So I'm just happy I was able to show it to you guys. So again, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have not already, I do hope that you subscribe to my channel because we do a lot of fun vlogs here and I would love to see you around again. So I hope you subscribe, and that is it. I'll see you on the next vlog. Bye!